Hi, in this video, you will be learning about manufacturing cost, the concept, and components. Here are three main reasons why you should value cost information in managerial accounting. Planning. In planning, cost estimation and budget could enhance the ability of the business to excel. From deciding selling price to upcoming income analysis, the right decision when using cost information is always the crucial part. Controlling. The cost information will be regarded as part of control system which will control and guide. Decision making. Often business facing difficulties in decision making, focusing on relevant costs, the decision making come easier to choose between alternatives. Now, there are difference between costs and expenses. The term cost more focusing on the sacrifice which will benefit the future. For instance, when you buy a machine for 15,000, later the benefit may be lost for 10 years. While the term expenses more focusing on the current period benefit. If you pay insurance expense for 1 year, that's it, you only will get the protection for 1 year. Costs can be classified according to three aspects, which are function, behavior, and assignment. When you classify the cost according to its function, you have to determine whether the cost related to manufacturing or not. Hence, the cost function divided into two types, manufacturing and non-manufacturing costs. First, let's look into manufacturing cost details. It includes direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So, what is direct material? That is the cost which can be easily traced to the finished good. Say like we have to produce a wooden table. Of course, we need the wood. Otherwise, there will be no wooden table. So, the direct labor is the cost of workers involved in converting the raw materials into the finished good. You need carpenters to cut and shape the wooden table. So in this case, they are the direct labors. Now, overhead is the easiest part, hopefully. Other than that, direct materials and labor, the rest of the cost will be considered as manufacturing overhead. Among these three manufacturing costs, direct materials and labors are the costs primarily detected in the finished product. The term for them is prime cost. But the prime cost itself won't stand strong if the conversion costs are not involved. In this case, the direct labor and the overhead is the agent for the conversion from raw material to the finished goods. These are the costs included in non-manufacturing costs, the selling cost and administration cost. Selling cost is the cost involved to market the finished product. It may include advertising, commission, and sales executives' salary. Whereas the administration costs are the costs other than production and selling costs. The salary of director or the administration office utility are among the examples. Now, according to behavior aspect, the cost will be divided into the response to a change in activities. As the result, the cost behavior is divided into three types. The variable cost the most sensitive among the three. The cost directly proportionally to the change in activities. For instance, you will need more wood to produce more wooden table, hence the wood as the direct materials is the variable cost. The fixed cost is the driest cost. Whatever happened to the level of activities, it remains constant. You need to recognize the machine's depreciation owned by the business, regardless production continues or not. The mixed cost is the cost which react in between of fixed and variable when activities is changing. Utility expense like electricity is always the common example for the cost. From the aspect of assignment, you need to see whether the cost directly assigned to the cost object or not. In this aspect, the cost is divided into two types, direct and indirect costs. Direct cost is a cost that can be traced to a cost object like direct materials and labor. You can simply identify wood as the material for the wooden table and the carpenter as the one who shaped the table. Indirect cost is the vice versa. It's very hard to trace glue applied between the joint of the wooden table. Hence, the glue is the indirect cost for wooden table. Other than those three, costs also can be classified as product and period costs. Product cost is the inventorial one. Any cost which involve in producing the finished good considered product cost. Automatically, direct material, labors and overhead are the product cost. You cannot absorb the period cost into the product since the cost is not involved in producing the product. As the result, the cost cannot be the inventoriable cost. To see the whole picture of cost classification from the aspect of function, analyze this diagram. Product cost is actually the combination between direct cost and indirect manufacturing cost, whereas the period cost is actually indirect non-manufacturing cost. We can conclude now that product cost is actually the manufacturing cost. And the period cost is actually the non-manufacturing cost. And the last part, let's look into the statement to be prepared. You need to prepare statement of cost of goods manufactured and comprehensive income statement. Here is the example of full format for statement of cost of goods manufactured. And here is the example of comprehensive income statement. Please be noted that this format is almost similar with comprehensive income statement for financial accounting report, except the cost of goods manufactured replace the purchases item in cost of goods sold calculation. So, these are all the manufacturing cost concept and components that you need to learn. On the next video, you can see the illustration explaining the example of cost classification. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.